So there has been a fucking rapture with video games. They are firing, I think they fired like 70%, Square Enix fired like 70% of their team. Yeah, it's happening, and these guys are gone. And they're replacing a lot of these Western like developers because, and here's the reason why. It's because they're garbage. That's the reason why. They're bad at their job.
Recently, the modern audience in the gaming industry, talking about certain modern audience devs and corpos, have been getting absolutely destroyed. For example, Square Enix announced layoffs as part of US and Europe restructuring. Subtext reading, nearly all areas of Square Enix's Western business affected by latest cuts, it tells staff. This follows years of Square Enix trying to appeal more to Western modern audience types, including adding more DI divisions to their corporate structure. And funny enough, as they increased such things, they've been losing more and more money year over year.
Yeah, DEI doesn't make a company money. It's just a waste of money and time, and it's just a way for people that are annoying to try to consolidate power. There's no reason to have DEI. It's garbage. It's just basically a form of racism.
And now, wow, we've got some layoffs occurring here in the West. Almost like Square's realized that trying to appeal to the modern audience in the West really wasn't a great idea for
because they don't exist. That's the reason why. They don't exist in movies either.
A lot of people are talking about this Rihanna Gorman-Murphy individual, who seems to be one of the more high-ranking individuals that Square Enix just laid off. You can see she was a narrative designer at Square Enix. And apparently she's part of an organization called Limit Break Mentorship, which seems to be your standard DI sort of grift.
Well, it's an organization that's designed explicitly to provide advantages to people based off of their sexuality and their skin color. It's an inherently racist and sexist organization that nobody should be accepting in any way possible. That's what it is. And I think that these people deserve to be called out for it. Gender also? Yes, that's why I said sexist.
And just a few days ago, she posted this, going on to say, "Unfortunately, found out that I'm impacted by the latest Square Enix layoffs whilst I'm on my honeymoon. Gonna be honest, folks, I don't know what to do right now, so I'm just going to think about things for the foreseeable. Square Enix was my dream company. Now I'm shattered." On the right-hand side, we can see more information about...
Time to wake up, stupid bitch. What are you doing around here trying to create this garbage? You've got your pronouns here. You've got this fucking organization that's just designed to disenfranchise people who you don't get virtue signal points from. And now you lost your job. Time to wake the fuck up. God, I love to see this. I fucking love this. This is amazing.
This Limit Break Mentorship organization that she's apparently a part of. And it's the typical sort of DI grift you're all probably very familiar with at this point in time, as it's become quite prevalent in the gaming industry, where privileged DI hires engage in crony activism, complaining about white people having too much representation, and making the implication that people who aren't white need their support to succeed, which is actually a pretty bigoted thing to say.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, these people are some of the most racist people that you'll ever meet. Now, they won't immediately be racist, but to the extent that you disagree with them or you have a viewpoint that opposes theirs, they will instantly turn into, like, they will morph into the KKK.
Either way, you really shouldn't believe these sort of people.
No.
In my opinion, they're essentially overt con artists. For example, they're going to act like they're going to do so much to help you, but then you take a look at their programs and they're not free. They want your money. It's 30
Why
pounds
am I
a
not
session,
surprised?
And they want you to have 6 months worth of sessions. Here's their sample video. You can see this person has a sticker on their shirt that says mentor me, her, man. So let's take a look at this. There doesn't seem to be any audio, strangely enough.
Man, so there it is.
Watch a little bit of this here. But yeah, apparently these are true gamers. Yeah.
The thing is that these organizations and these DEI programs are just simply another way for annoying white women to gain another advantage in the workplace that they do not deserve and then act like they're the ones that are victimized for doing it. The primary recipients and the primary beneficiaries of DEI are white women. That's it. They're not helping gay people. They're not helping black people. They're helping themselves. This is the Karenocracy in Notion right here. And one by one, it is being dismantled. Thank God.
People who really love gaming and really want to make the gaming industry a better place, apparently. And they're going to do that by selling you courses that you're going to be required to take for 6 months. And at the end, you get their certificate. Wow, that's it's going to do a whole lot for you. 6 months of this for a piece of paper that's not going to get you anything. I would go so far as to say I think it might actually be the opposite. I think maybe there's some jobs you show up to with this certificate, they're gonna want to not hire you.
See, that's what you need to change things to. You have to shift it to where anybody who has these viewpoints is a pariah. You have to do that, because if you don't, then they'll just simply keep doing the same thing over and over. But this is it. This is what they do. And they'll do the same thing to you if they have the opportunity to.
They're going to see that piece of paper and think, okay, yeah, in the trash, this application goes.
The place does not
issue I
look
have
fun.
with this promotional video, for the record, is there's no training going on here. These people are not learning anything.
It's just a bunch of loser millennials that are over entitled and over privileged to get together and congratulate each other for caring about black people and caring about gay people. That's it. That's all it is. It's generally a bunch of white millennials that get together and want to pat each other on the back and try to, remove their white guilt that they've been taught in schools. That's it.
It's like socializing
and make
drinking.
money.
And they're
Another
trying to sell
big
this
factor
as like
is
something
money.
that's going to help your career. Obviously,
very
it makes no
big factor.
sense. But yeah, that's just my opinion on what they're doing. And it's also weird, though, because to my understanding, the sessions are online only. Nevertheless, that video is certainly not painting a picture of hard work and success. And the fact of the matter is, unless you're like a Nepo baby, that's what's going to take for anyone to succeed, whether they're a cishet white man or not. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take passion. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. And then there's John Hynek, the former VP of Global Publishing at Blizzard, who joined Square Enix in October 2018 as Chief Marketing Officer. And this guy is someone who would routinely engage in extreme partisan political rhetoric on his public social media accounts that are directly tied to his corporate position.
Let's see it.
And oh no, what's this? Mere days ago, he's now saying that he totally wasn't fired from Square and is in fact totally resigning on his own will, giving up that executive position as Chief Publishing Officer effective on November 21st. Many people, of course, are skeptical that he resigned and that this wasn't a termination or a suggestion to resign, as seems to be cleaning house from some of their Western branches.
They probably suggested his resignation, or they told him that he was going to be repositioned into something that was a lower tier job or some other variation of that. That's probably what happened.
As we read,
they should get rid of all these people. They should look at all the people that are in charge and part of these different programs and these like weird racist programs, and just categorically fire all of them. These people are a cancer to making video games. They don't care about video games. They're just simply using video games as a host for their parasitic ideals. That's all there is to it. They don't care about the games. They don't care about the stories. They don't care about the players. All they care about is pushing their message.
The intro, for example, these layoffs at Square Enix are apparently affecting nearly
Japan
all
State
areas of their Western
tomorrow.
business. And then there's China's massively successful NetEase, who is shutting down a subsidiary named Bad Brain Game Studios, which is a...
Let me guess, they're making bad games?
Developer studio based out of Canada. Now, I don't know if this Canadian studio, Bad Brain Game Studios, is another modern audience type studio or not, so I'm not saying that they are.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But it is simply interesting that around the same time that Square is divesting from the West, we've also got NetEase similarly doing this as well.
Well, this is why China keeps making all these really good games. It's because they don't have the noise that American media creates around unnecessary and unimportant things. It's the same reason also why people like a lot of Japanese games too. A lot of times people don't want to play a video game and feel like they're being used as a tool to push a worldview or an agenda or some other variation of that. People find it to be patronizing, insulting, and also just very annoying. And so now that you see people that are, now you have options. Like you even have also India that's coming into the space and doing the same thing. This is amazing. And now this is what's going to happen with AI, is that the entire, this super oppressive, authoritarian, Western progressive ideology that forces its way into everything is being effectively eroded from every direction. You're losing the voice actor and the creative spaces to AI. You're losing also a lot of the just different workers like QA and stuff like that also to AI. You're losing the executives just simply because they're being paid too much money. You're using the developers because obviously there is, again, technology that improves the way things work. And Saudi Arabia is doing the same thing. And it's just going to keep getting worse. China is using it to push an agenda, but very soft, to make people think better about China. I think that you're right about that. I think that absolutely these video games are soft power in China. And I think that in the same way that watching American movies is soft power for America, I don't think that it's overdone. And I think it's okay to have a degree of patriotism. And also, I think people are just very simply tired of, you know, being in every single video game has 3 characters that have to announce that they're gay. I think it's just exhausting.
Anyways, I saw that in the news today, and I thought that was all pretty interesting. But let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys have had a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.
I am so happy. Not yet. We'll do this tomorrow.
Recently,
I am so happy this is happening. I'm so happy these people are being fired. And I think it's just going to keep getting worse. And the reason why it's going to keep getting worse is because their products are garbage. They don't make anything good. The thought that audiences can be infinitely socially engineered into exactly the sort of person these ideologies want to create. Yes, exactly. And that's what they want to do. They're using these video games as a form of social engineering in order to manipulate you and make you believe something that isn't true. And I think that's fundamentally what's happening. And I think, honestly, really, it's just... it is exhausting and annoying and frustrating for basically everyone. And I'm glad to see, obviously, now people are pushing back on it.